In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing a new dash cam from Mangoal for Honda Civics. This kit can be purchased with or without a rear camera. The kit I'm installing has the rear camera. I will also be providing a complete step-by-step installation guide for the camera and its mobile app. The company makes this OEM style dash cam for a large selection of cars and trucks. I will have a link to Mangoal's products in the video description along with a discount code. We'll begin with the unboxing. When you receive your dash cam from Mangoal, you'll notice that the kit comes nicely packaged in a large white box. Inside the box, you'll see a notice going over things to be aware of before beginning the installation. Next, you'll find the user's manual. Packaged with the manual will be zip ties. Underneath the manual will be the camera, power wire harness, install tool, micro SD card, 2 extra factory clips, and the rear camera. You can purchase this kit without the rear camera, but coming from experience, I would highly recommend purchasing the rear camera as it adds additional protection if you're involved in a car accident. Both of my children have been involved in minor car accidents. Having both a front and rear camera really helped to show what happened to the insurance company. Before I began installing the camera into the car, I installed the micro SD card into the side of the front camera. The SD card will need to be pressed into the camera until you feel the spring catch. You'll know that it's installed correctly when the SD card sits flush inside the camera. Next, I remove the sticker protecting the camera's lens during shipping. Now that the camera has been prepped, we can begin the installation process. Move the rearview mirror to one side to give you better access to the plastic housing behind it. Using the plastic trim tool provided with the kit or your own, pop down the plastic trim piece above the rearview mirror. There are 2 plastic clips holding this piece in place. Next, separate the small plastic housing below the piece you just popped down. This can be a bit tricky and the housing will feel fragile. You'll want to begin with the driver's side section first. I used my plastic trim tool to pop the driver's side section apart, but I found it was easier to use my hand to pop the passenger side section off. Now, simply slide the upper section out from above the rearview mirror. With these pieces removed, we need to get access to the map light's power plug. The plug is located behind the map light housing in the headliner. The housing is held into place by 2 plastic clips. Using a plastic trim tool, pop the housing down at each corner. These clips are held in tightly, so you will need to use some force. If you accidentally break one of the clips, the camera kit comes with 2 replacements. Once the housing is out of the headliner, unplug the white plug located at the front of the housing. Take the camera's power plug and install it between the map light plug. There is a small black wire coming off the power plug. This needs to be connected to the camera. Route the wire through the headliner towards the back of the rearview mirror. After the camera's power wire has been installed, you can reinstall the map light housing. Slide it back into the headliner, then pop the front 2 clips back into place. Make sure to check that the lights have power. The camera has 3 wires. 1 wire is for power, 1 is for the rear camera, and the 3rd wire is for an optional GPS module. I did not use the GPS option, so I zip-tied the wire and hid it in the camera's housing. Split the camera housing apart the same way as the factory piece we removed earlier. I found it made things easier by installing the upper plastic cover with the driver's side camera housing section attached with the wires behind the upper plastic cover. Slide the upper plastic cover into place. Attach the camera's small black power wire. Hide the rear dash camera's wire in the headliner. Pop the upper plastic cover back into place. Snap the camera's passenger side section onto the driver's side section. I found doing this from the passenger seat made the process easier. The pieces have to fit together at a certain angle. Once both pieces snap together, the installation process for the front camera has been completed. Now we move on to the rear camera. Start by peeling back the driver's side door seal. Use a plastic trim tool and pop back the top section of the A-pillar. Run the rear camera's wire underneath the airbag and up to the front camera's plug. Hide the wire in the headliner. Remove more of the driver's side door seal. Run the wire towards the back of the car. Pop the A-pillar cover back into place. As you run the wire in the headliner towards the back of the car, reinstall the door seal. Make sure the wire is on the inside of the door seal. Use a plastic trim tool to hide the wire behind the top of the middle pillar. Remove the rear door seal and continue to run the wire the same way as the front door. Use a plastic trim tool to hide the wire behind the rear pillar. You will need to pop the rear side panel so that you can hide the excess wires behind it. Install the end of the wire in the center of the rear window. Hide the wire in the headliner. Zip tie the excess wire and hide it behind the rear window side panel. Pop the side panel back into place. Remove the double-sided tape from the rear camera. Install the camera in the center of the rear window. Make sure you center the camera's lens, not the camera housing. Importantly, there is a sticker with an arrow on the back of the camera. This lets you know what direction the camera must be installed to be in the upright position. You should be able to see the arrow and it should be pointing up. When you are happy with the camera's position, press the camera onto the glass. This completes the installation process of the rear camera. With the camera installed, we need to download the app so that we can gain access to all the camera's features. Open the user's manual. On the inside of the front cover is a QR code that you can scan. This code will take you to the camera's app. Once the app has been downloaded, open it. Upon opening the app for the first time, you will need to accept the privacy policy and permissions. Your phone's location screen will pop up, and you will want to select while using this app. Next, your phone will ask you to allow the app access to your photos. This is so that the app can save snapshots and videos to your photo library. I selected Allow All. This completes all the permissions that you will need to give the app so that it can work properly. You may now add your new camera to the app. Click on Add Camera. Simple install directions will appear. Click on Next. The camera will need to connect to your phones via Wi-Fi. When you click on Connect to Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi list should pop up. Locate and click on the Wi-Fi name Wi-Fi E970TBG. You will then be asked for a password. The password is 123-456-78. If your car has wireless Android Auto and CarPlay, you may need to disconnect your phone from your car's Wi-Fi network temporarily, as these two Wi-Fi channels can compete against one another. This happened during my install. I simply disconnected my phone from my car's Wi-Fi while I completed the camera app's setup. After the phone was connected to the camera's Wi-Fi, the camera app opened back up and showed that I was connected. I could see the front camera at the top of the screen. On the bottom right of the screen, you'll see a gear icon. If you click on the icon, you will go into the camera's setup menu. You can change several settings, including whether or not you want the camera to record sound, the volume of the camera's voice prompts, photo and video resolution, recording loop duration, exposure compensation, watermarks, collision sensor, parking mode parameters, change password, and factory reset. To view the rear camera, you need to click on the small icon on the bottom left of the camera display. This icon allows you to switch between the front and rear camera. When in the rear camera view, there is an icon to the left of the screen. This allows you to change the camera's perspective. There are two large blue icons in the middle of the app screen. The top button allows you to pause recording. The second icon allows you to take photos. To view photos or videos, click on the icon located in the bottom left corner. This will allow you to see normal looped videos, pictures, locked videos, videos that are locked automatically due to the camera sensing an impact to the vehicle, or parking mode videos. You can click on any of the content to view it or save it to your phone's storage. If you click on the upper left-hand arrow, that is the back button, it will take you to the app's main screen. This will allow you to reconnect to the camera, view locally stored videos or photos, and access the app's settings. After installing the camera, I'm very happy with how it turned out. The camera was very easy to install. The installation took less than an hour to complete. The camera looks OEM and costs far less than what you would pay from a manufacturer or dealership. Finally, the app is easy to use and understand. After the initial setup, the camera connected to the app automatically anytime I wanted to access the camera. If you want an easy-to-install dash camera with a factory look, I believe this kit from Mangoal is your answer. You're getting a high-quality product that's easy to use. Please check out all their products in the links provided in the video description, and don't forget to use my discount code to save money off your next purchase. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content.